pew pew gun ownership laws in the USA. All right, so you're going to notice on this map that the US is one of the only countries that does not require a permit for a long gun. Of course, it all depends on the state itself. My home state of California does make it a lot harder to get, well, I wouldn't say a lot harder to be quite honest, because actually a lot of people that I know have guns here in California, but it's not quite as easy as these other blue states. It's important to know we're not talking handguns here. Funny enough, the only other dark blue nation on this map is Yemen. Wow, didn't know the US and Yemen had so much in common. In light blue, South Sudan, Switzerland, and Austria require, well, a license, but a partially license. I've always heard a lot of the Swiss population actually do own firearms themselves. However, they do not see a lot of the same problems that we experience here in the US. Our US state of Washington falls into that same category as Switzerland. The green countries owning a long gun is allowed, but you do need a permit. No good reason is required though. So basically, as long as you get the permit, you don't even need a reason, which is why I said earlier, it sounds pretty easy to get one in California. I'm not gonna lie. It's like extra hula hoops you have to jump through, but it's really not that much harder. It's not as easy as the dark blue states, but it's still fairly easy. So with that in mind, that's making me think, okay, for Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, I mean, damn, is it much harder for them to get one down here too? They actually don't have very high rates of firearms per civilian, but I think an aspect that we're forgetting is like the requirement. Does their civilian population feel like they need that? Like, for instance, in Canada, I could see a lot of people arguing like, yo, we need one because of just the straight up bears up there. The grizzlies, and then more importantly, the white bears. The only entirely green places in Europe is actually just Italy and Czechia. Then in Iraq, in Jordan, in Pakistan, and that's the final green spots. Oh, and then New Zealand. What is that, to shoot a hobbit? Yellow is similar, but you do need a good reason. So maybe that's because, what could be a good reason to own a firearm? I mean, I guess if you just live in a dangerous area like we talked about with bears. So if you live in like part of Norway too close to the Arctic Circle, most of Europe remains in yellow. Actually, most of Africa is in yellow, kind of. It's harder on the books to get one in Mexico, but I bet you just go behind the, you go in the black market. Same with Brazil and Peru and probably Colombia. It's probably just more of an underground thing. Maybe not officially, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Australia used to have guns, and then they took those away, and then made it harder to get one. Then all the red countries, it is prohibited. Prohibited with a couple of exceptions. So you're looking at China, you're looking at South Korea, you're looking at Japan. Then there's the dark red countries where it's just straight up prohibited, so there's no exceptions. That's North Korea, that's Cambodia, that's Somalia, man, even Mali, and then it depends. I'm guessing these stripes, it's either broken, maybe it's broken down like on a state or province level. I find it kind of fascinating, all the countries that are in a dark red, also tend to be pretty, they're pretty authoritarian. Iran, North Korea, China, Venezuela. I mean, interesting. I have to say it. Is anyone else noticing that shit? Forget about Somalia.